Hello, Resident Evil fans. I am reaching out to all of you. You've all been wondering why the hell do they make these movies? Because they're pieces of crap. Mila Mokovich is a great actor, but she doesn't belong in this film. I don't care if it's her saga. You should have realized that you're gonna get bashed in this film. I mean, it wasn't even good. It doesn't even relate to the game. Part 1. It's supposed to be about Stars and Wesker. Wesker takes them into the mansion and basically annihilates them and only leaves Barry, Chris, Jill, and Rebecca. Those are the only survivors that are supposed to live, including Brad. But you deliberately killed it by putting her in, and then you guys didn't even show the mansion. All you guys did was just show this underground lair. You're not supposed to do that first. You're supposed to show the mansion, then the underground lair. You're supposed to move into it slowly. But no, you guys just jumped right into the underground lair. And then when you guys, in part 1, there was no known characters in part 1. You guys just, pulled that right out of your butts and basically bashed the film. And then, the original people who are supposed to die in part 1 are Kenneth, Forrest, Ermac, and Richard, and a couple of other people who are supposed to die in Resident Evil, the first film. But they didn't do that. They didn't even put the crows in, which I was like, what the hell? And they only showed like one part in that whole film about the crows. And then another thing is that in part 2, they gave the lurker name, should I say lurker in Biohazard term, they gave the lurker name Hunter. How the hell can you get mixed up between a hunter and a lurker? One walks. One has to climb on walls and whatnot. And lickers have tongues. Hunters don't have a 6-foot-long tongue. And then in part 2, that made me even feel even more crap because then you annihilate the whole STARS members team by Nemesis. Nemesis wasn't supposed to have a heart. He's supposed to be cold-hearted and only after STARS members and mercenaries. Then in part 2, if you didn't notice this, if you did notice this, if you notice this, LJ is walking towards the STARS members, and Forrest, the sniper rifle guy that's shooting on top of this building, is sniping out the zombies and saves LJ. When he comes in, you'll notice he's holding the golden laggers, the golden handguns. They're supposed to be with Steven from Code Veronica. Now, to top that off, to make it me more pissed, every STARS member that you saw in that part was all the original people from the movie, from the original video game. Barry, Ermac, Richard, Forrest. I can go on and on about the RPDs. What they didn't show was Leon. I was glad that they annihilate him because he's a good player in RE2 and RE4. And then it was good makeup for Nemesis, but you shouldn't have made him so. Give him a heart, and then when you give Alice telekinesis, that was a bad idea too, because then it's not about her. You basically made the story only about her. You put in Jill, you put in Kenneth Sullivan, and you put in Chief Irons for like a couple of seconds, but you made it so much like you only showed like a couple parts in Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse that only related to the game, but then you just totally crumbled it. I mean, you made it into pieces of crap. And then in part 3, to top it off to make it even worse, you deliberately said that the world was at its end. There's no water supply. You would have to search for your food and also get your water. Now, what made me feel like a really idiot is that you guys just told me that the world was completely desecrated and Alaska was the only one that was active. Why did you deliberately lie to me and told me that Tokyo was fully active and had water and had all these things, and you just told me that the world was just completely dry? And then that didn't make any sense. That made me go, what the hell happened? But I guess, you guys already done your damage in part 3 again. And then you put Claire in, and she didn't even mention her brother Chris. And then you put in Wesker. These are the only 3 major people that you put in part 3. Claire, and Carlos, and Wesker. And those are the only 3 main people that you guys didn't that you put in the movie. Now, for what I've learned, you put a tyrant in from Dead Aim. Dead Aim is a good game if you like first-person shooters. That tyrant right there is the tentacle one, and it's supposed to be slow, and you guys have already done your damage. And what happened to the G-Virus? The G-Virus was not even, I mean, you guys didn't even mention that. All you did was just mention the G-Virus and the antivirus. You don't combine both together. It just makes you look stupid. I mean, you can't combine them together. It doesn't make anything. It just makes you look more retarded. And then G-Virus is supposed to only make the tyrant. And like I said, T-Virus stands for tyrant, but when you put the antivirus together, it probably makes you look really, really retarded. And then the G-Virus is supposed to be for the Lickers and the Moths and all these other special characters in Resident Evil Saga. And then you gave her all these clones in Part 3. That was even stupid. I mean, are you trying to put Star Wars in the mixture of this movie? Because if you are, you might as well just call it The Attack of Mila Mokovich. She's a great actor, but doesn't fit for her role. And then you killed LJ, which I was really, really happy. He's also a good comedian, but doesn't fit for his role. And then you killed Carlos in a dumb way. You specifically made him smoke marijuana, which that's awesome. But you killed him so where all the zombies pull out the vent out of the truck that's broken down and, you know, totally about to blow up. And then you just made all the zombies just look into the hole. You didn't make the zombies jump in the hole. I thought that was stupid too. And then he blows up. Well, and then you just desecrated this whole film. I mean, the STARS members get wiped out. It was just so stupid. Why did you guys do that? And then you made Mikhail die in Part 2 in a dumb way by getting massacred by dogs. I mean, he's supposed to get killed by Nemesis by giving himself up. And then you even made Carlos into a good actor. He was a good actor, good for his role, but bad for the story. And then you gave this guy the antivirus, this professor. You gave him the right to make the antivirus. The only person who made the antivirus was William Birkin, and also Albert Wesker, because he needed the antivirus for him to be fixed. I mean, to be cured. Well, you've already done enough damage on that part, and then to top it off, you didn't shut her down. I mean, come on. I mean, Mila Mokovich, she's a good actor, but I hate her in this role. I mean, she is a great actor, don't get me wrong, like I said. She plays in Good and Fifth Element, you know, all those other good movies, Dazed and Confused. But, you know, if you're gonna massacre the movie, just say it's Mila Mokovich's Saga. You didn't say that at Comic-Con. All you said was, it's Resident Evil Saga. It is not Resident Evil Saga, it's a piece of crap saga. So, I'm just gonna leave it like this. I probably have totally helped you out with your films. If I was a director, I wouldn't have picked you. I would have picked George A. Ramone. He's a bigger and better director than you. I mean, you've done your films. You're a good director, but not for video games. Don't ever touch a video game again. When you say in your interviews you played the video game, no, you lied to us again. But oh well. This is Umbrella. I'm out. Catch you guys later.